Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the only show in the warp where the worst of the worst come together to entertain you. Tonight is the first match of the semifinals of
DeadLocked Arena, baby. I'm Craig Capital.
I'm Harry H. Hostel.
And I'm Chris Punishment. We're the commentating team for this match.
Tonight's match features Ian's Corsair Voidscarred versus Greg's Ork Kommandos in a duel of wits.
Ironic for these two players.
There are 5 objectives in the kill zone. Each player will declare which objective marker
Outside of 9 inches.
that they are going to prioritize. If they claim it, that's 1 victory point, and if they hold more objectives than their opponent, that's 2 more victory points at the end of the turning point.
Let's get into the roll-off.
Looks like Greg wins, so that means he's going first. Let's go over some of the stats while they're deploying their operatives.
Greg won the right to be here via the loser's triple threat. Larry the Grapple Grop being his MVP, and he's currently 1-0. Ian battled his way up to this point through a cheating Death Watch team and stalemating the current strongest team in the league with Warp Coven. He's 1-1-0.
Greg is using Skulk About. He used that a lot in his last game for a retained save.
Ian's choosing to save his command points.
Now let's get right into this.
Orcs have declared Objective 1 as their priority. Grapplegrod is the first to activate, and he immediately grapples over to Objective 1 and takes it for 1 victory point.
Yeah, well, the Corsairs declare Objective 2, and the Duelist repositions, uses his free dash, and uses his last AP to take the objective and tie the game 1-1.
Next, it's the Sniper Boy's turn. He's taking aim at the Duelist. Greg is looking for 3s with 5 attacks. He missed 4 out of 5. Duelist fails the 1 save he has to make and is taking 3 damage.
Shade Runner repositions up to Objective 4 and takes it, then uses his free dash. He pushes up to cover behind a barricade and a barrel. Comms Orc repositions next to Objective 3 and uses I Got's a Plan, giving the Burner Boy an extra AP. And the Elf Gunner moves up next to the Shade Runner and opens fire on the obscured Burner Boy.
He rolls 2 3s, and then he used a command point reroll for nothing.
Burner Boy retains a save but fails 1, taking 4 damage, leaving the burner at 6 wounds. He ends his turn by using his free dash for some cover.
Burner Boy puts the extra AP to use by moving and dashing up to Objective 5, taking it, and this move denies Ian those crucial 2 victory points.
I know I'm reading, you dumb bitch. I know you've never read ahead before. I can tell by the way you do your lines.
I always read ahead, dickhead. I read the entire page before you guys. I know my line before you guys even read the line.
Oh yeah, what's your next line?
I know your line before you even write it.
It'll be pretty easy to stack those victory points. That's my next line. Anyway.
Wayseeker repositions forward. He's lightning striking the Burner Boy. Burner Boy, smiting him. 2 crits and a hit. 4 wounds are going through due to the 2 crits. He's retaining 1 due to Skulk About. And he rolls 2 fails and passes away peacefully in flames.
Ian then reveals his team's tack up, confirm a kill, leaving a token where the Burner Boy lies.
Shit, what's my line? With the amount of orcs there, that'll be pretty easy to... Oh, shit.
You fucking bitch. I told you.
With the amount of orcs there, it'll be pretty easy to stack those victory points.
If he can actually collect them all, remember, he only has 2 AP as well.
Breacher Boy uses his breach to bust through the wall in his deployment and takes Objective 3, putting him in a position to win those 2 victory points at the end of turning point.
At the end of turning point. You want to try again?
No, I'll just leave in you making fun of me for it.
Okay. Fate Dealer repositions out of the deployment zone to be able to fire on the comms boy.
2 hits.
Skulk About retains 1.
Boy fails 1 as expected and takes 3.
Boy. The Doc is docket dashing, sending him up the board, attacking the Duelist.
2 crits and a hit.
The Duelist can't muster enough saves and is out for the count. Felark repositions to get revenge against the Daka boy. He's using his shuriken rifle. 4 attacks with 3 ups. He gets 2 normal hits. Daka manages to save 1 and takes only 3 damage.
Rocket Boy is firing his rocket at the gunner. This thing has 6 attacks, 4 ups with blast and ceaseless.
And wow, 4 ones, a normal, and a crit.
How do you miss him?
Well, wait, he has ceaseless.
And he rerolls the ones and fails them all again.
Never mind.
Eldar saves just fine. Time for the poor elf next to him. 2 hits and a crit on the Fade Runner.
Unlike the gunner, he isn't so lucky and fails his saves, eliminating him from play.
Soul Weaver moves up next to the Fate Dealer. He then uses Soul Channel on the Felark for an extra AP. Bomb Squid, and Warrior reposition.
Boss Knob fires on the Elf Gunner. This was possible due to the collapsible stock, giving him an extra range on his Slugga. And he gets 4 4-ups, 1 crit.
Gunner fails to save and takes 4 damage, leaving him at 4 wounds remaining.
Hunter and Slasher Boy reposition. Ian declares counteract. The Voidscarred gunner is going to fire on the convoy.
3 normals and a crit.
He retains 1 and only saves 1, meaning he's out of the game.
The Orc Boy repositions to end the turning point.
With the turning point now over, Greg gains 2 victory points for having more objective than Ian.
Greg and the Orcs win the roll-off once again. As always, he's using Skulk About. He chooses Objective 1 as his priority.
And the Grapple Grot takes it, putting Orcs to 4-1.
Ian declares Objective 5 as his priority, and the Gunner quickly claims it as well.
The Gunner is going to attempt to rid himself of the Daka boy.
Looking for 3 ups of 4 attacks. He gets 2 normals and a crit, but thanks to rending, one of those 2 hits is considered a crit as well.
Daka Boy manages to save 1 of the criticals and a normal, taking 4 hits. 4 damage.
That leaves
4
him
hit
at
damage.
that leaves him at 4 wounds remaining.
4 hit point damage remaining. The Corsair Warrior runs over to Objective 2 and takes it. The Rocket Boy repositions and fires on the Fate Dealer, one of Ian's most important operatives. Due to blast, this will also be hitting the Soul Weaver. He got 1 crit and a whopping 4 hits.
The dealer can't manage as a save and perishes from 8 wounds.
The dealer couldn't deal.
The Soul Weaver is hit with a crit and only takes 2 hits, luckily.
But they can't manage the saves either and takes 9 damage.
The Orcs just eliminated 2 of Voidscarred's heavy hitters.
Wayseeker isn't giving up hope, and after taking Objective 4, he starts blasting with Devastation 2. And the Daka Boy couldn't survive the firepower with his 1 measly wound.
The Slasher Boy decides he has beef with the Gunner and repositions to throw his knives at him. Looking for 3 ups with 4 attacks. 2 hits and a crit.
The Gunner saves the crit but falls to the normal damage. Felark rushes over to Objective 5 and collects the Burner Boy's body for 1 victory point, putting the score at 3-4 in favor of Orcs.
The Felark's now brain blasting the Rocket Boy. With piercing 1, that orc is losing a defense dice. A normal hit and a crit hit.
Orc fails both, but is using a command point for it. 'Tis a scratch, dropping the damage from 9 to 5, keeping him around at 5 wounds remaining.
Bossnob charges the Felark, gets 1 crit and 3 hits, and the Felark replies with 1 hit and 3 crits.
Was it a mistake to charge the Corsair?
Boss Knob doesn't think so as he sends in 7 damage.
No, that's a lot of damage!
But the elf returns to favor with 6 damage. But it doesn't matter, the orc finishes off the fighting Felark.
A frustrated Ian sends in the Hunter to take on the Slasher Boy.
I live for this melee action. The Hunter gets 2 crits. Orc only gets a crit and a hit, but with Ceaseless and a desperate use of a command point reroll, he now has 2 hits and 2 crits. The Hunter hits him for 6 damage. The Orc parries the other crit, however, and breaks the Hunter with 8 damage.
Not sure if that was a mistake using his command point reroll or if he's just confident enough he'll win. He's just spending to spend.
It's probably the latter. I mean, look at the cowboy hat.
Oozing confidence.
And swag.
Oh, and look at that. The sniper boy is firing upon the Wayseeker.
He's in cover, so he's luckily retaining 1, and he's gone. Not a single rolled save.
10 damage washes the Wayseeker.
The Wayseeker washes away.
Alright, we gotta cut that.
You don't like it?
No.
Eat shit.
10 damage washes the Wayseeker. We end turning point 2 with the remaining Beecher Boy. I keep fucking saying that. We end turning point 2 with the Breacher Boy, Bomb Squig, and the Boy all repositioning.
Very dominant round from the Kommandos.
Heading into turning point 3 with a lot less operatives on the board.
I'm sure our scriptwriter and editor are happy about that.
On to the roll-off.
Greg won it again. Yeah, he won it again. And they chose Skulk About, and guess what?
What?
Orcs choose objective 1 as priority, and Grapple Grot takes.
Oh my god!
The Voidscarred warrior collects an orc body for the kill confirmed, giving him another victory point.
Slasha Boy charges the warrior in an attempt to bring this game to an end. The orc sends in 5 damage. The elf parries the next attack. However, the Slasher Boy puts an end to the warrior with a single attack he had remaining.
Never take me alive!
Ending the semifinals match. What a game!
He doesn't deserve it! Fuck that guy!
I enjoy the all hands on deck approach. Commandos sure are hauling ass in this tournament.
With the score of 7-6, it was a much tighter fight than it looked like. All right. With the score,
I'm sorry.
with the score of 7-6, it was a much tighter fight than it looked from the footage. However, the orcs have won.
It's been DeadLocked Arena, baby. Catch us next time to see who will face off the Orc Kommandos in the season finale. Oh shit!
Get on the ground!
He doesn't deserve it.
Flashbang out.
Oh shit. Okay, cut it.